don't think people understand when you get out of jail and you're on probation, you have to pay for a lot of the things that they're providing. So you have to pay fees in that. And the idea is to reimburse the
The
taxpayers.
services.
Right. Yeah. So a lot of this, the idea was, I think when it was first implemented is we're letting this person out early on probation, right? Therefore, the taxpayer shouldn't have to foot the bill for that. In reality, we were spending more money trying to chase down and collect those fees than we were getting in revenue from the fees themselves. And what the fees themselves were doing, it was creating just another obstacle for this person who, let's admit, they're coming out of jail. They're already behind the eight ball, right? And not making excuses for that. If they've committed crimes, they put themselves behind the eight ball. But if our goal is to help them re-enter society and find prosperity and stability and everything else, jamming them up with a bunch of paperwork and fees and stuff is just not the right way to do it. So this hopes to streamlines that process and make reentry easier. Then finally, House Bill 1549 dealt with just some practical things. For instance, somebody who's been in jail for a decade might not have up-to-date state ID. So if you don't have up-to-date state ID, how do you go about getting a job or applying for, some of the various assistance programs that might be available for you, or frankly, voting? North Dakota is actually very progressive when it comes to, that's a dirty word in our state, is to call something progressive, but
It
we're
is.
actually even better than Minnesota when it comes to letting people vote. As soon as your debt to society, your parole and everything is up, you get to vote immediately. Anyway, making sure that they have access to things like ID, and then also helping them find housing, find jobs, because that's another thing. If you're a convict and you're going to landlords saying, hey, I need a place to sleep at night, and they're like, well, where have you been the last 10 years? Oh, I've been in jail. That's tough.